perspectives framework will certainly help to inform that debate, and the government is absolutely committed to assisting communities in that regard.
Question number 11, Moana Mackey.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for the Environment. Does she stand by all her statements?
Honourable Amy Adams.
Yes, in full and in the context in which they were given.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Moana Mackey.
Does she stand by her statements in relation to her proposal to make exploratory drilling for oil and gas a non-notified process? Quote, I consider that this classification is appropriate because exploratory drilling takes place over a short space of time, unquote. And quote, exploratory drilling for oil and gas generally takes place over a period of about 4 to 6 weeks, so a simplified process that retains full regulatory discretion appears to be an appropriate response.
Honourable Amy Adams.
Well, Mr Speaker, I haven't got the text, but that sounds right, and I do stand by the fact that that represents the advice that I've received.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Moana Mackey.
If an exploratory well is successful, will any appraisal wells drilled to establish the limits, productivity and properties of the reservoir, have to go through a separate consenting process? And if not, what does this do to her claimed timeframe for drilling activity of 4 to 6 weeks?
Honourable Amy Adams.
Well, Mr Speaker, one of the issues that we are looking at in relation to the classification of exploratory wells, and when I can remind the member in this House that no decisions have been made as to how that they will be classified as yet, but as part of that process we are absolutely looking at exactly what is encapsulated in the definition of exploratory well drilling. But I would point out to the member and to this House that until the passage of the EEZ regulations there was absolutely no oversight of these, and this is a massive step forward in the protection of our oceans.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, the Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Can the Minister advise the House what consents were required when deep-sea drilling was done last decade?
Honourable
Mr.
Amy
Speaker,
Adams.
I can. The Minister of Energy and Resources granted a permit, and that was it.
Supplementary.
Order. Supplementary question, Moana Mackey.
Why has she gone out of her way to point out exploratory drilling only takes 4 to 6 weeks as justification for removing the public's right to have their say, when she knows full well that this time frame is only accurate if the well is unsuccessful, and that if successful, the actual drilling period will take far longer than she has been letting on publicly?
Honourable Amy Adams.
First of all, Mr Speaker, I can confirm that the advice that I have received consistently is that the average period of time for such drilling activities is 4 to 6 weeks, as I have indicated to the House. Secondly, Mr Speaker, it is impossible to remove a public right of involvement that never existed. Under the Labor government, the public had zero input into these decisions. Under this process, there will now be a very clearly defined process, and no well will be able to move to production without every New Zealander having a chance to have a say in its drilling.
Question number 12, the Honourable Tau Hanare.
Mr Speaker, my question is to